Hello people, this is Zippy and welcome to my classroom. In the last episode we talked about welcoming new students, and today just to follow up on that, it's on effective communication between teachers and parents, or between the school and the parents. And very quickly, first thing, if you're not already doing this, have regular conferences. Okay, so parent teacher conferences, or they could be student led, that's also fine, depending on the structure of your school. But it is important you get to address problems early enough, you get to give them feedback. And remember, like I said, parents are a stakeholder, a huge stakeholder, and you cannot drive an agenda without involving them. Okay, so if you are changing something, the uniform or stuff, you will really need support from the parents, because if they refuse, they refuse. Okay, so you have to have regular meetings with parents. Okay, depending on the proximity. If it's a school that's in an urban setting, then parents can come as often as possible. It might be very far, so many parents might not be able to come very regularly, but at least you have that structure. It helps them. Yeah, if you involve parents in decision making, it helps not only you but the student. Okay, so not only the school benefits but that student benefits, because I can tell you for a fact, very many students do not, um, those who don't achieve very, those who don't perform very well, majority of them is because they lack support. Okay, so there's a disconnect between the parents and the teacher. So the teacher is maybe busy drumming and talking up to this child, telling them you can do it, but you're lazy. Just pull up your socks, finish your assignments, da da da. But if the teacher can also communicate that to the parent, so that, let's say it's a day school, that child will get constant reminders when they're at home. Or even if it's boarding, they close school, the parent will be very eager to see if this child has improved. So you're working together. This constant conferencing or common communication is going to help that child. Second point, use multiple communication channels. Yes, multiple, and very many schools will send parents a text message, many will do an email. But remember, every single person has their preferred channel of communication. There are people who are very good with a WhatsApp message. They're always on WhatsApp. We send them a text, they'll get it immediately. But they never check their emails, ever. Okay, and then there are those who are, let's say, always on their desk. So they have their computer. So they're always checking their email. So anytime you send an email, it's answered promptly. But try and text them, they will not even see their text because they get so many texts. So you see, using multiple communication channels makes sure that every single parent has received communication in their preferred way, okay, in that particular channel that they would love. And so don't get tired, don't say, we've sent all parents a text. Some of them really don't look at those. Or you sent all parents an email, or they were using this particular app. Yeah, so for you to reach out to as many parents as possible, use multiple channels. So it could be even, you have a social media page where you put up your announcements, your posts. That way it goes, it spreads, and the word reaches very many parents. So simply do not just rely on your school website or on the school newsletter that you send after every term or after a year. Share resources, share the learning objectives through, you could say, because this requires an attachment, then this one I'll send via email. But this is just a poster, then we can put it up on social media or send to the parents WhatsApp groups, such things. But you finally achieve your goal, which is to reach as many parents as possible. Third, use a positive and encouraging tone. Imagine you could be the most amazing teacher, but the way you talk to people, makes people, just stay away from you. There are people who just have that face, very unapproachable. But remember, we are trying to have a proper relationship, a proper partnership, so that it's effective, okay, between us as teachers and parents. So we need to be approachable. We need to be positive. Give feedback in an encouraging way, such that you're not telling that child, "Oh, you're a cow," or you're no. Tell them what exactly you want. Do not throw insults. Okay, don't make them feel that they're the dumbest person on the planet, because they will never forget those words. Never. And you hear countless people telling you, yes, this particular teacher said this, yeah, mwalimu wa math. This is because that person did not use a positive and encouraging tone. Where that child has done well, praise them, okay? Then cascade it, to the parent. Let them know that your child did this. And then where it's an area of improvement, then also tell them, but make sure it's constructive feedback, okay? So what we are avoiding is a scenario where a parent keeps getting negative and negative and negative comments. They feel so discouraged because now they don't want even to go to that school for a meeting ever, because every single time a teacher communicates with them, it's always something negative, and they don't offer a solution, and there's nothing to make that parent happy, and eventually they would even prefer to take their child to another school because they feel like this child is really being put down. And as an institution, it's always good to have an open door policy. That is part of having this, giving this positive vibes around to parents, that yeah, you can come and talk to us at any time. Not that, no, us, we are here and you guys are on this side, we cannot be together. Mm-mm. Fourth point, have translation services. Imagine, and I know what you're thinking, yeah, it's who has the time, who has the money for that. You don't need it, you don't need to hire someone, you don't need it to be this extravagant affair, but you could have a parent in that school who understands that language, or one of your staff, or a volunteer, or just somebody around who can help you translate, so that this parent who comes to your school is you two are able to communicate, rather than saying, that one, they don't even understand English or Kiswahili, I will not talk to them. Remember, they are a parent at your school, they are a stakeholder. So have a translator present. And I have seen some parents will do that, will just take the initiative themselves and come with a relative to you who speaks that language. And it's amazing, because they're really eager to know how their child is performing, okay? And for the communication to be effective, how will it be effective if you two do not understand each other? So have that. We need to embrace cultural differences. We need to remember we cannot all come from the same community. What kind of world would that be? We become a global village. There are tools you can use even online to help you understand what the other person is saying, okay? So for us to embrace our identity and not to forget our languages, our ethnic, our mother language, we need to give room for people who are not able to communicate in the language that you are proficient in, okay? So this is a must-have, where you have people from different communities, backgrounds, races, and so on. And my last point, host family events and workshops. Very many schools do that, but for many in many of our schools, we make it so formal, such that you come, you sit in the hall, you're talked to, and then you're supposed to go home. Yeah, we need to build a culture of togetherness. We need unity. We need to share resources, and it could be something that the parent does not understand. It could be this parent was, a primary school dropout, and now they're taking their child to high school. They don't know, what kind of papers they're supposed to do, what subjects this child is taking. They really don't understand. And in this new era where parents are facing so many challenges because their children are going through problems that they never faced when they were that age. It's good to host these workshops, these events, so that you give the parents the tools to understand how to raise their children, because times keep changing, and as teachers we interact with the kids more, and then we're able to get these skills a bit faster. But imagine that parent who is at home, who has this rowdy teenager, or this child who is just getting out of hand and they don't know how to handle, and sometimes they're even scared of going to someone and asking for help, even to their relative or somebody else. They will need such a platform. Yeah, and that's it, guys. We've come to the end of this video. If you've liked it, please give me a thumbs up, and like, share to many people. If you know a teacher, share this. You know a parent, share this. Let them get these skills. Okay, knowledge is power, and we're here to help each other. And I hope this has been a lesson that you won't forget. See you in the next episode. Okay, remember to subscribe. Please remember to subscribe. Yeah, thank you. Hope this has been a lesson that you won't forget. Auf Wiedersehen.